Mega Starmie will be making its Pokémon GO debut this weekend in Super Mega Raids. If any trainer wants free rare XL candy, this is the event for you. Let's jump straight into that calendar now, and as you can see guys, this is the week of when Mega Starmie Raid Day will be taking place. Of course, it is in the middle of the Water Festival, as you can see, which goes live on Tuesday. Mega Starmie Raid Day will be taking place on Saturday the 22nd, and that's going to be running from 11 AM all the way until 5 PM local time, so we get 6 hours to do this. Just so everyone's clear, this is the third part of the Ultra Unlock from the GoFest Global Rewards, which means that this event is currently in the middle of part 2 of the Ultra Unlock, which of course is the Water Festival. This Mega Starmie Raid Day is falling in the last 3 days of this event, which is very important. I'm gonna leave that video above me of the Water Festival right here, and we will leave it as the end screen. It's very important to watch that video because these events work in tandem. How good will Mega Starmie be in Pokemon GO, especially in 2026? Well, a good place to start is to have a look at its base stats. If anyone wasn't aware, let's just have a look at the evolutionary line. Staryu is a pure water type Pokemon. If you use 50 candies, you can then evolve it into Starmie, which is actually a psychic and water type Pokemon. Starmie will be able to Mega Evolve for the first time using 300 Mega Energy, and from there it's going to cost an extra 60 per day. Mega Starmie's base stats are interesting. It has a max CP of 4184, which is a pretty decent start, an attack value of 276, which is certainly respectable, a defense of 229, which is pretty above average, but a weak HP stat of 155. That's probably where this Pokemon will be let down. It does have 6 resistances, which is going to be Fighting, Fire, Ice, Psychic, Steel, and Water, and its fast attacks are going to be Tackle, which will require an Elite Fast TM. It gets Hidden Power, Psy-Wave, and Water Gun, and it actually has a huge move pool of charge attacks. It gets access to Thunder, Ice Beam, Psychic, Psy-Beam, Power Gem, Hydro Pump, Surf, and Aqua Jet. Based off what we've just seen, this is a very solid Pokemon. We'll look at more a little bit later, but remember I said you can get free rare XL candies? Pay attention to these details closely. All trainers for absolutely free when they complete these raids are going to get an additional 5,000 XP when they complete these raid battles. There it is, you're gonna get an increased chance to get rare XL candy from these raids. The remote raid limit will be increased to 20. Trainers can receive up to 6 free raid passes from spinning gym discs. A quick pro tip here, if you didn't do a raid the day before on Friday, that free pass is actually gonna carry over. So you would actually have now 7 free raid passes, potentially on top of the daily free raid pass as well, for a total of 8 free raids if you're very lucky. As usual on these raid days as well, there's gonna be an increased chance to encounter Shiny Starmie coming from these raids, which is a really sick shiny. And of course, like it is on every other Super Mega Raid Day, every Starmie you catch will at least be at Mega Level 1. Hopefully you can see where this is going. Let's have a look at the ticket because it takes it to another level. If you do buy the ticket for a total cost of $5, you can now get an additional 5,000 XP for a total of 25,000 XP per raid. You can receive up to 14 free raid passes from spinning gym discs, for now a total of over 20 if you do use the free ones too, but look at the next 2 very carefully. If you bought the ticket, you're going to get an even greater chance to receive rare XL candy from these raid battles, but even more than that, once you catch Starmie from these Super Mega Raids, there's going to be an even greater chance for you to get more rare XL candy. This is something we've almost never seen in Pokemon GO, but what I want you to do is very specific. Remember, every Monday on Max Monday and every Wednesday for the raid hour, the in-person raid battles are going to be rewarding you more XL candy. So if you work these 2 events with this event in tandem, to be honest guys, in 7 days, you could get an incredible amount of rare XL candy. As we know, a lot of legendaries, fusions, all sorts of mythical Pokemon have been released in the game. Pick wisely on what you would spend your rare XL candy on because to be honest, it's one of the rarest commodities in the game. To take this one step even further when it comes to XP gains and taking advantage of those bonuses, we've got more effective ways of doing that. But before we go any further, how do we defeat Mega Starmie? Please remember guys, this is a Super Mega Raid battle, which means Mega Starmie is going to have 8 shields, according to my research. Just like it was for Mewtwo, Mega Phalanx, Mega Dragonite, all those other Super Mega Raids, because there's 8 shields, there at least needs to be 8 people in the lobby with 8 Mega Evolved Pokemon. The reason why you need 8 trainers with 8 Mega Pokemon is that those Mega Pokemon's charge moves are the only way you can take down those shields. 8 Mega Pokemon equals 8 shields broken. The list on screen right now is going to be your top counters, from the best Mega Pokemon like Mega Sceptile, Mega Gengar, Mega Mewtwo Y, even Mega Tyranitar's in there, and you even see some of the top shadows in there like Shadow Hydreigon, Shadow Darkrai. But the list on screen right now are going to be some of your more budget counters. This list is more for new or returning players that don't have access to all these legendaries or strong shadow Pokemon. Consider these lists and pick your team wisely. Something I'm going to suggest for all trainers is that you do not necessarily need your strongest counter option to use as your Mega Pokemon in this raid. If you're confused at what I'm talking about, don't worry, I'm going to get to this in the candy tips. Once you defeat Mega Starmie, you will then get an encounter with Starmie. That 100% IV in non-weather boosted weather is going to be 1476 CP, but in rainy and windy weather, because of its water and psychic typing, that 100% IV is now going to be 1846, which of course is going to be at level 25. There is going to be a shiny boost on this Pokemon, most likely coming in 1 in 10. The other very interesting thing about Starmie, and it's a big hidden tip on this day, is that please remember Starmie is a permanently boosted Stardust Pokemon. Every Starmie you catch outside of this event is going to be granting you 950 Stardust per catch. But during this event, especially in this exact time frame, it's going to be a lot more. I'm also going to explain that in our tips shortly. How do we enter these Super Mega Raids though? Technically, there are 4 different methods. You could use your daily pass, you could use your green battle pass, you could also use 200 link charges, but if you want to remote raid this Pokemon, you're going to have to use 1 remote raid pass, including 200 link charges as well. There is also going to be a timed research available to all trainers. These tasks are pretty much going to reward us with 1 premium battle pass, including an encounter with Scizor. He just told me he just said it's Scizor. Yeah, I know. He's telling you to subscribe. Scizor, you tell me. Because Super Mega Raids are a little bit more difficult to complete because we need 8 trainers in these lobbies. Again, I have to reiterate, you need 8 trainers with 8 Mega Pokemon to break 8 shields. You need to check a few days before on the Pokémon GO map. I made an example of Chicago last time, and I'm just going to do this now here again. In Chicago, in this specific area, you can see all these little colored markers are where the Super Mega Raids are going to be taking place this weekend. Plan ahead, RSVP, plan with your battle groups so you can complete these successfully and easily. While you're there too, you may as well check into a community ambassador meetup. This is going to get you some premium items like star pieces, lucky eggs, and incubators free of cost. I just want to throw this out there very quickly. If you do want to purchase this ticket through the web store, I would consider doing so because if you do, you will get 1 bonus premium battle pass at no additional cost. On to the tips. This event is one of those examples where if you don't pay attention to everything going on outside of this event, you could potentially miss out on huge rewards. I'm going to start off with XP gains. Guys, this is a massive potential for XP. I know we've had 10 times catch recently and other XP events, but if you missed those, maybe you were working or it was bad timing. Let me show you how to take advantage of these XP gains on a day like this. Every Super Mega Raid normally grants you 15,000 XP, but on this day we get an additional 5 for free, and if you purchase the ticket, you get another 5 for a total of 25,000 XP per raid. If you used a lucky egg there, guys, that is 50,000 XP per raid battle. Just do the maths here. If you bought the ticket, you did the free raids, all with the lucky egg, you would be getting 1 million XP in this time frame, which I think is definitely worth it. Another great way to just add to your XP bank. XP on this day though is not really the big deal. The big one here is Stardust gains. Let's just kick off with Starmie, because like I said to you, outside of this event, it would normally grant you 950 Stardust per catch, because it is a permanently boosted Stardust Pokemon. But during this event, we are going to be in the middle of the Water Festival event, but more specifically, it's in the last 3 days of the Water Festival event, which means every single Pokemon we're catching in this time frame is going to be 5 times catch Stardust. So let's do the maths on every single Starmie we're going to get. Each Starmie you catch would normally be 950, but during this event, it's going to be times 5. So not every Starmie is going to be granting you 4,750 Stardust per catch, but with the use of a star piece, that total is now going to be 7,125. Let's just say you did 6 free raids. That would be over 40,000 Stardust just simply by beating the raid and putting on a star piece. Guys, these are the Stardust gains you've got to take advantage of. But because of the timing of this event with the 5 times catch Stardust in the last 3 days of this Water Festival where this event is falling, guys, there are other ways to take advantage of these Stardust bonuses. One thing you could potentially do if you really want to take this to another level is to line up your 7th day catch streak on the very first Starmie you catch during this event with a star piece running. And because Starmie is a permanently boosted Stardust Pokemon as well, guys, that first catch off Starmie is going to be insane. There are even more ways to take advantage of this. If you guys want to know how to get as much Stardust as possible, check out that Water Festival video. You guys are loving it. Almost 50k on that video, and to be honest, it's going to go over that. Make sure to check it. We detail everything you can really do to maximize your Stardust gains. The third one you have to remember, if you have not evolved Galarian Yamask into Runerigus or Hisuian Quillfish into Overquill, this is the day to do that, because to trigger these evolutions, you need to set one of these Pokemon as your buddy, and you're going to have to complete 10 raids. Remember to set one of these to your buddy to get yourself the Pokédex entries. The fourth thing we need to remember here is going to be candy gains, and a lot of people seem to be a little bit confused about what I mean about having a Mega Evolved Pokemon in the background. What this means is that if you have a Mega Pokemon that shares the same type as Water or Psychic like Starmie is, for example, Mega Swampert, Primal Kyogre, Mega Gyarados, all these Pokemon share the Water type. What you want to be doing is getting this Pokemon to at least Mega Level 3, but there is one Pokemon that stands out here, which is actually going to be Mega Malamar. At Super Mega level, which is pretty much a Mega Level 4, you're going to be getting even more candy for this as well. Because the Water Festival is going to be featuring so many Water-type Pokemon during this whole event, you should be having that Mega Level 3 Water-type Pokemon in the background so you can be stacking the candy, as well as an extra 25% chance at XL candy every single catch. Guys, on top of that, if you use Pineapple Berries and Silver Pineapple Berries in connection with the Go Pass Tier 1 bonus, which is 2 times catch candy, we're talking around 14 or 15 candy per catch with a Mega Level 3 in the background. Guys, that is incredible. On a day like this, getting candy for Mega Starmie could be a priority for you, especially if you get that Shundo, but there are going to be other water types that you definitely want to be getting the candy and XL candy for as well. Tip number 5, look out for the shiny boosted Pokemon. Specifically, Dewpider as well as Ducklet are going to be shiny boosted in the wild during this event as well. Make sure to look out for those, check every single spawn so you can complete the shiny family. The other thing we have to mention, and we have mentioned it in our Water Festival video as well, is that please consider hatching eggs. You're going to be like, why? This is a raid day and this has nothing to do with hatching eggs. If you look at the tier 2 bonus of the Go Pass of the Water Festival event, it's half egg hatch distance. As you can see on screen right now, this is the 2-kilometer egg pool. This is the 5-kilometer egg pool. This is the 7-kilometer egg pool. This is the 10-kilometer egg pool. But the pool I really want to focus on is going to be that 12-kilometer egg pool. As you can see, Varoom is in there. Shiny Varoom was recently released this year. Because most trainers would have probably already achieved tier 2 of the Go Pass bonus, I want you to try and stock as many 12-kilometer eggs as possible. You would be able to hatch them a lot quicker, especially if you use them in super incubators. But because this is a Stardust event, and because Water Festival is really focused around Stardust as well as XP, guys, hatch 12-kilometer eggs on a star piece, and you could potentially line this up with the August Go Pass as well, because with the August Go Pass, if you reach level 75 by this event, which you should be able to do, it means you're going to get even more Stardust and XP upon hatching eggs. Guys, coupling everything together and stacking everything like this is going to be the best way for you to take advantage. Look at some of the eggs hatching on screen right now. I remember doing this just last month, and I got almost 130,000 Stardust by doing this method. Huge Stardust gains on offer here. I'm gonna say it again, Water Festival and Starmie are 2 huge events you could take advantage of. But remember, to get to level 80 in Pokemon Go, you need 203 million XP, but you also need 50 Platinum medals. Raid days are great days to chip away at some of the more difficult medals pertaining to raiding. The Champion medal requires you to win 2,000 raids for the Platinum status. The Rising Star medal requires you to defeat 150 different Pokemon species in raids. Of course, you can chip away at the Rising Star Duo medal, which requires you to win 2,000 raids with a friend. And of course, that Raid Expert medal requires you to appear on the achievement screen 500 times for the Platinum status. More than that as well, the Swimmer medal is going to be huge for you to chip away at. That requires you to catch 2,500 water types. There's going to be water types everywhere during this Water Festival. Make sure to catch them. And because Rainy Lure modules are in play as well, please look out for your Picnicker medal, which requires 2,500 other trainers to catch Pokemon off your lure. Please remember though, Rainy Lure modules can evolve Sliggoo into Goodra. If you're not in an area with lots of rain, this is the only way you can evolve Sliggoo into Goodra. This all leads to one question. Is this event even worth my time, and how good is Mega Starmie in 2026? Well guys, if we have a look at the Go Battle League, if we look at Starmie, because of course Mega Starmie can't come into these leagues just yet, Starmie in the Great League is currently sitting in the 230th spot. In the Ultra League, it performs a little bit better, breaking into the top 200. But what's interesting about this is that remember the base floor of Super Mega Raids is going to be 11, 11, 11. So you aren't going to get good PvP stats. You're going to have to trade with a friend that's less than a great friend to get optimal IVs. But I wouldn't say this Pokemon is very worth grinding for that method. As a raid attacker though, let's see how good Mega Starmie is. Mega Starmie, once released into the game, will definitely be in the top 25 Pokemon currently available in the water type category. But the list you can see on screen right now is just sitting in the 26th spot, and as a psychic type attacker, it's the 35th best in the game. Overall, this Pokemon will get outclassed in PvP, and it's definitely going to be outclassed as a psychic and water type attacker just because there's much better Pokemon in this field. Is this day worth it? From a Pokemon point of view, not really, but from a resource point of view, massive yes. While you guys are here, please hit that like and subscribe button as well as that hype button so we can hype this video. If you guys want to check out that water festival video, it's really going to help you. It's to my top left. And of course, if you want to see everything going on this week in Pokemon Go, please check it out to my top right. We will rotate this out when the next week comes into play. Love you, go with us. We'll catch you in the next one, baby. Shh.